All right. I don't know why that's showing up like that. Welcome, everyone, to another mock draft as we go from the number 11 spot in fantasy football drafts here for the upcoming season. My name is Peter Klein. Thank you all very much for taking this in today. There we go. We got it now. This is what we've been doing. It is now the final couple days before the biggest draft weekend of the year, and so I'm trying to cram in the last couple of mock drafts. So we've been doing it from every spot in a 12-team half PPR. Today, we're going from number 11. So we will click Start Draft. We will click OK, and we are underway. Tyreek Hill goes at 101, followed by McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, and A.J. Brown. So it's nice that we're doing this, admittedly, on the same day as mock draft 10 and mock draft 12 as well, and taping all of these at the same time. So it's nice that they're not all going the same way at the beginning, because that could get a little bit boring and not really helpful. So we're at this spot. The top players available, I guess: Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Travis Etienne, and Kyron Williams for running backs, and a wide receiver. It's Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, and Puka Nacua. This one, to me, I do think there is a bit of a tier break, but Saquon Barkley, I think, is just a little bit better than Jonathan Taylor. So we will go Saquon there, Wilson, and then Etienne. Now, I think Taylor is better than the other options that are available. So Team 12 going with Wilson and Etienne open things up for us very nicely. Jonathan Taylor as our RB2, I feel amazing about. And I like that there was a little wide running back run after that with Henry and Kyron Williams. The receivers do start to come off the board with London, Nacua, Harrison, and Olave. A couple more running backs. Jacobs is going in the second round in these last couple. And that is getting to the point where it's too high. I thought earlier on when we were getting him in the fourth round, that was an amazing value that we were getting him at. Now, it's a little bit of a stretch. So now we come around with our third pick. We're not going to go with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Stephon Diggs, I'm just kind of out on. Admittedly, there's not a whole lot here that I'm loving incredibly. And so maybe this is a nice reminder that while Jonathan Taylor was a nice steal there, it does kind of feel like I like Cook and I like Mixon in this area. So if I could have got a Drake London and a Cook, maybe that would have been a little bit better for this team, because I don't want Diggs to be our wide receiver number one. If Nico Collins had stuck, God, that would have been great. Jalen Waddle, that might be a bit of a risk. So is Cooper Kupp. I'm going to go with Kupp. We're going to go Cooper Kupp here and just hope that he stays healthy. It swings back around to us. This is one I haven't taken yet. I'm going to go Malik Neighbors. At this point, I like him way more than Diggs. I think he has more upside than Michael Pittman. Devonta Smith there. You know what? We're changing our mind. We're not going with Neighbors. We haven't gotten Devonta Smith yet either, but we're going to go with him. I think that Philly offense is going to be incredible this year. So I'm going to go with the guy in the better offense right now with Smith there. So, yeah, maybe I was being a bit too stubborn and not taking another running back there. Like, getting Cook in that spot over Smith might have been the better play, but I'm happy with how this has kind of worked out so far. So now it swings back around to us. James Conner available. Anthony Richardson up there. We're not going to go that way. I do still think I can wait on quarterback one more kind of loop-de-loop around the board. I'm gonna see what happens if I wait on quarterback and tight end this one more time around. At least that's what I'm thinking going into kind of this process of looking at what's available here. David Montgomery is fine. DeAndre Swift, not so much. I keep thinking, as this process has gone on, I've really liked how good Ramondre Stevenson is, and I get the O-line there isn't amazing, but to get a talent like that in the back part of the fifth round feels like a bit of a steal to me. So I'm gonna go with Ramondre, and now Anthony Richardson goes off the board. Then it's James Conner, and so again, are we waiting too long by waiting on Love and a tight end? I think maybe we are. But I'm going to take a bit of a risk on it anyway. And let's see what else is out here. Najee Harris isn't a bad pick there at all. Roma Dunze is interesting. Raheem Mostert, I think, is a very interesting call out here right now. But you know what? 6th round as our wide receiver 3, I'm going to take Rashee Rice. There's a very real chance that maybe he's not available in that spot in your drafts because it's real life, and this is going a lot off of ADP, although as we discussed, maybe not entirely off of ADP. But I just, now that we're pretty sure he's not getting suspended, that's going to be, I think, a steal of a pick for us. And so as it swings back around to us, we're just hoping there isn't a major quarterback run, and there isn't. Oh, that is huge for us, because now we have an opportunity to get both guys that we kind of, if we're going to do this strategy, both guys we kind of want. There are 2 quarterbacks available. I don't think that team 12 here is going to take a QB. I do worry that they're going to take a tight end. So I will go with our tight end first, and I will go, just about screwed that up. I will go Brock Bowers. He is the last of the tight ends that I feel real comfortable with. So we'll go Bowers, then it goes Moss, Njoku, so they would have gone tight end, and now we can get Jordan Love. And so now, instead of where we were worried about maybe pushing it a little bit and going out and getting a Kyler and getting a, whether it be a Pitts or whoever, we're able to get Ramondre, get maybe a bit of a lottery ticket in our running back room, get Rashee Rice, who might end up being like a legitimate wide receiver 1 this year, and we're feeling very good about where we are at. And so now, this is something we've talked about. This is the area where we're hoping to get a couple of our wide receivers that we like. 2 of them have come off the board, so we are only going to get 1. But this one is an auto click for us, basically. It is Jameson Williams in this spot. After us, it then goes Gus Edwards and Tua Tagovailoa. And so now, we haven't gone Trey Benson yet at all, really. I'm probably going to continue that. Cortland Sutton's a no. So now we are back to the running back that I have been locked in on at so many times. Probably could have been a my dude, but this is just going to be Jerome Ford pick. I just feel like I love the time. If you've watched all of these, you know. I love the talent. I love the opportunity. I think there's a real good chance for him to be a bit of a breakout star in that backfield for the Cleveland Browns. And so at this point, it is all kind of about building out our depth. Chuba Hubbard goes. All right, I was a little bit worried that one of those guys, one of Hubbard, Dobbins, or Charbonnet wasn't going to get there for me, but it has swung back around, and it is Zach Charbonnet who is in that spot, so it works out great. We will take him. It bounces back to us. We've gone Rico Dowdle in this area a couple of times. Maybe we do that again in this spot. The opportunity certainly feels like it's going to be there, but I'm going to mix it up. I think Jalen Wright. If anything happens with Devon Achane or with Raheem Mostert, Jalen Wright has an opportunity to be a real big back for Miami in what I still expect to be a pretty high-powered offense this season for the Miami Dolphins. It is swinging back around to us here in the 11th round, in the 13th round at pick 11. A couple of defenses have gone off the board. A couple of kickers have popped off as well. We've got Dontavian Wicks in this with this pick a couple times before, and maybe we do need to build out our receivers a little bit more. We only have, we have 4. That might be enough, right? But we should probably get one more wide receiver here. And so Dontavian Wicks has been a guy who late in drafts I have been targeting, and we're going to do that again here with Dontavian Wicks. It comes back around to us. Now we do have to pick a defense, and we have to pick a kicker. We're going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs defense one more time, and it will swing back to us for the kicker spot. So again, I feel like we have a pretty good squad here, and I feel like you can get a pretty good team. A lot of these spots, we've been getting some good teams out of. I feel like Team 8 was probably the best. But overall, some real good ones. So again, my boy Daniel Carlson, and that is our mock draft. So our starting lineup, it is Jordan Love at quarterback. Our running backs are Saquon Barkley and Jonathan Taylor. Our wide receivers are Cooper Kupp and Devonta Smith. Our tight end is Brock Bowers. And in our flex, one of Rashee Rice or Ramondre Stevenson. Our depth at wide receiver after Rice is Jameson Williams and Dontavian Wicks. And our running back depth after Stevenson is Ford, Charbonnet, and Wright. So again, I feel very good about this team that we drafted here. And I like a lot of pieces that we have with this spot. So that's going to do it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe wherever you're consuming this. If you're watching, make sure you like it. If you're listening, make sure you leave a review. And I will talk to all of you later.